Hi boys and girls. In this unit, we'll be talking about text features. Most of this will be reviewed for you, but we're going to go through a couple of different text features that you find in most nonfiction texts. Nonfiction texts can also be called expository texts. In these type of texts, the reader is getting something explained to them, so the author's purpose is to inform the reader in a nonfiction or expository text. To do this, there are often many paragraphs with different headings, subheadings, and titles. These are all types of text features. But sometimes authors use really big words or they explain things in a kind of complicated way. So it's really helpful to have text features to help us, the readers, understand. In many nonfiction texts, there will be table of contents. The table of contents is kind of like a key that helps you find different information, and it tells you the order that the information is given in. This is different from the index, which also tells you where you can find things in the book, but an index is listed alphabetically, and it was going to tell you any page that any word is written on. So let's say you're reading a book about different types of penguins. You can look for a specific kind of penguin like emperor penguin, and it's going to give you a list of all the page numbers that the words emperor penguin is used. A glossary is commonly found in an informational text, and it's kind of like a dictionary for you. Then you have the things that we think of most often, like photographs or pictures, and captions, which are the words underneath the pictures to explain what's happening in those pictures. In most nonfiction texts, you're going to have some kind of labels to help you understand what's going on the page. In a text that's more like a social studies or a history book, you might find maps to help you understand the location that you're reading about. Some things that we don't typically think about are the types of print that we might see. Anything that's underlined, in bold, or italics, or even in all capitals, those are pointing out very specific words, oftentimes vocabulary words that we may not know, that we need to then go to that glossary and look it up to make sure that we understand the meaning. These are important text features because it makes things stand out to us so that we understand that's something that we really need to focus on. So on this page are two different anchor charts, and I would like you to take a moment and look at both of them. Think about which one appeals to you the most, and I'm going to show you one more page. And between these three anchor charts, you're given pretty much the same information. Some of the word choice might be a little bit different, but the biggest difference is how they're organized. So the great thing about you taking notes here is that you can choose any of the three that makes the most sense to you. Some of us like lists better, and so this one is maybe a better option, where some of us see things in more of a web, so the first anchor chart might be a better option for you to use as a part of your notes. So please pause the video here and choose one of the three anchor charts and go ahead and copy down the different text features and then what they are or how they're used. Alright, now that you have your anchor chart made, let's go ahead and look at some of these text features in use. Here's a page from our science textbook. It's about non-renewable energy sources. Take a second and look over the page. Without reading any of the text, what text features do you notice on this page? On a sticky note, please jot down some of the text features that you see. Some of the examples that I noticed were a picture and a caption that tells me what that picture is. Sometimes, though, it's easier to notice text features when there's nothing on the page, like this. Do you notice any text features now that maybe you didn't see before? Like the subheadings here. We also took away some of the text features that we saw in the slide before because the text is gone. So all of those different types of print are no longer here. In the next few days, we'll be revisiting this page and really digging in to see how the text features really deepen our understanding of the text that's on the page.